Okay guys, so welcome back to another one of my videos. First off, I'd like to thank everyone who's taken the time to watch the videos and check in my lives, leave comments, give the old thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of people are busy and stuff like that, and for them to do that, for anyone to do that, I just appreciate it. Also guys, if anyone is still looking for some stickers, I still have some stickers left, so all you have to do is send me an email and I'll get some stickers out to you. So my email is there in my about section. So it's scrappinirish75@gmail.com. So that's scrappinirish75@gmail.com, and I'll get some stickers out in the post. I think a lot of people have got them already that asked for them. So if you haven't got any guys yet and you're looking for some, just drop me an email. I'll get some of them out. So we've got some of the hologram ones, and we have some of the just the regular stickers. So if you're looking for some of them guys, just drop an email. I'll be glad to put them in the post and get them out to you. Sometimes it takes a bit longer depending on work and stuff like that, so just be patient guys. A few people had to wait a couple of months, but they finally got them. So the patience pays off in the long run. So for this video guys, I've been doing a lot of gold recovery videos in the last while, and I've decided just to do a few scrap out videos. So I'm just going to show anyone that does e-waste or scrapping in general will always get a lot of different type game controllers, power supplies, stuff like that. So what I do with them is I scrap them out as best I can, and I put the cables aside. So usually what I'll do is I'll just cut off the cables straight away off them. That's the first thing I usually do off any of these type of power block units. So I cut it off, just straightforward knife, or you can get an actual snips or something like that. So we'll just try with the knife, but my blade wants to come completely out for some reason, and we don't want it. And by rights I should have my gloves on, but as you can see there, the blade is pulling out. I don't know why. Ah, I see now, it's okay. So just a matter of cutting off the power unit and then putting the cable aside. So that's all I do with them. They're straightforward. It's straightforward sort of stuff that I do on them, and I keep them for, at the moment I'm keeping them for Pop Scrap, because he does he keeps the boards for me out of e-waste and stuff like that. Eventually I will start recycling them. Just a quick word on these plugs here. These, as you can see, are sealed plugs. So if you want to see a good video on how to remove the brass from them, have a look for a channel called Snobby Scrap Picker. So if you look up Snobby Scrap Picker, you will see where he does a little trick to soften the plastic and to remove them. So again, I'd cut them off and I'll collect them up, and I might do that at some stage myself. Like these power units at the moment, all I'm doing is I'm just putting them in buckets and holding on to them for Pop Scrap at the moment. Eventually I probably will start recycling them, but at the moment it's not something that I do. But inside there you'll have a transformer, so again you can put that in with your transformers or whatever you want to do. You can break it out, get the copper and stuff like that out of them individually. I might do a video on that at some stage, but at the moment I just collect them up, so maybe in a later date we'll do a video on that. Again, so we have our little gamer control from an Xbox. So all I'll do again is I'll just cut the cord off it. So again, it's just I loop it over and I just cut the cord off it. And if I keep hitting the wrong part, it won't cut too easy, but there we go, that's it off. So again, that just goes in with my electrical cables. I don't bother stripping them yet, because again, it's not something that I'm actively working on. So then we just have our little game controller, which I do strip out. So I'll show you in a second what I strip out, and we'll show you if there's any e-waste material in there worth keeping. Also, another thing that I want to strip out on this video, which is the main video, is this little gaming. You get an old retro game machine. Doesn't have a date on it anywhere. Don't see any date on it, guys. So if you haven't hit the like already, guys, please hit the like, share it out. So again, we have a little bit of cable inside of here. So that was what connected to the TV to bring the picture up. Again, before anyone starts shouting and roaring that you can sell this on eBay, blah blah blah, that's not what I do. I'm not an eBay seller. I'm an e-waste recycler. I probably could get more money, maybe, I don't know, but it's not something that I'm looking at doing. So again, I've just cut that cable off, and Looks like we have copper in there. Get a closer look. We just got a little tiny copper wire running through the centre, and the rest is just plastic around it. So again, I'll put that in there and let Pop Scrap have that. So the actual game machine itself, it's mainly plastic on the outside, a few switches, so they should have silver hopefully in there, and maybe hopefully the board might have a bit of gold on. So what I'm going to do, guys, off camera as usual, is I'm just going to remove all the screws on it. You don't need to see me removing all them screws, so I'll just pause the video there, so when we come back all the screws will have been removed. I could always do the Ian Matthews on it and belt it with a hammer, but what's the point in doing that when I can want to take it apart for a video? I could just smash it with a hammer and it'll be done in a couple of seconds. So again, that's something you can do if you have a lot of these and you just want to get through them quick. Just smash them open with a hammer. No need to be going through them with a screwdriver if they're for recycling, for e-waste. So I'll pause it there. I'll take out all the screws and we'll have a look and see what type of board it is. And what I'll do as well in the meantime is I'll take all the screws out from this little controller and see if we've anything of value for e-waste inside of it. I'm not expecting anything great in there, but again, this is a lot of stuff you get, so you have to try and take anything you can off them to make it of value for your e-waste recovery. As I say, the copper and stuff like that, if you're into that, you get your copper wire, you have your brass and stuff like that. That's like your bread and butter, and this then is your little bit of jam, as I say. So you can keep this, but that's what I concentrate on. I don't have the room for doing all the copper and stripping. I don't have the time with me working full time and stuff like that. It's not my main business. I just like to do this as a hobby. So we'll have a look inside these and see what we have. So we'll pause it there and we'll come back once I've opened it up. Okay guys, so I've loosened out as many of the screws as I can possibly get out of them. This, of course, one or two screws won't come out. They're rounded at the bottom, so usually you have something like that will cause you a bit of problem. So I'm just going to try and use a bit of brute force, or actually a chisel, and we'll try and see, can we persuade it to open. Again, hammer, the Ian Matthews hammer method will be probably the way to go. Ian is probably watching this video and watching my struggle and going, one swipe of the hammer will solve your problem, but I won't give in, Ian, you should know by now. So we'll try and pry it open this way or something. Let's see, can we... Oh, there's still one screw somewhere holding it down at the bottom here. It's probably a hidden screw as usual. It is. As usual guys, the hidden screw is probably in here. So we'll just try and get into it. If we can pull off the sticker. So any scrapper will know about the hidden screws. There's always there. They're always hidden somewhere. And that's what's holding it here in the middle. So hopefully the screwdriver will work. If not, I'll have to change to another head. So I'll have to change to another head guys for that one, because it doesn't want to come out. And either does that one. So no. So the struggle is real guys, so I'm going to put that aside for a second. I'll get another screwdriver in a second and we'll get that out. But I have all the screws taken out of this little device, so we'll just tilt the camera a bit more so we can get a better view, and we'll zoom in a small bit. So an old gaming machine, probably 80s, maybe even before that. So straight away we have a little socket IC type switch or chip. So again, I put them in with my chips for hopefully there'll be gold bonding wires running all the way across there. Usually they are, so we'd have a gold bonding wire going across each one of them legs from one side to the other. So that's where the main gold will be on this board straight away when I'm looking at it. Also, let me have a look and see if there's anything else major I can see here. In under here, possibly we'd have silver. So just pull them off. So in underneath these switches here, we could possibly have some silver. But I'll do a video on that at a later date, because I'm planning on doing a video on them switches, them type switches, to see if there's any silver and stuff like that in them. But at the moment I'm just looking to see what we can see straight off the board. So I'm going to have to get another screwdriver to maybe take out these. No, it's coming out. So we've got one screw out. We have two screws over here to take out. Again guys, if you haven't already hit the like, please do. I know these videos can be a bit of a pain watching someone screw out something, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably pause it again and just take out these few screws here. 1, 2, 3, there's probably 4 or 5 screws to be taken out there. So we'll take them out and we'll come back and we'll have a look on the other side of this board and see if there's anything more valuable. At the moment it's just the silver. I'm kind of looking at them little IC chips there. And that's probably about it that I can see. There's some silver contact there I'd be looking at, but they probably have a silver little bit of contact on them. So we'll take out the screws and we'll see what we have. Okay, so we've taken the board off. I've taken off these screws, so we're ready to turn this over and have a look, and we'll see if it's really was worth any effort at all. So straight away with some wires there, so just shank them off. So again, the main things, as I was saying there on the boards, was these switches. So there's going to be a little bit of silver hopefully inside them, but we'll have a look at them in a later video. We have a nice big crystal oscillator of sorts, is it? It's one, it looks fairly big, so I'll take it off and we'll have a look. So again, just loosen it up. So, no, it's not a crystal oscillator, but so guys, is it a crystal oscillator? Is it not a crystal oscillator? Let me know what you think. I don't think it is, but you can let me know in the comments. Do you think it's a crystal oscillator or not? Again, are these tantalums, old type tantalums? Again, I'm hoping at some stage maybe to get someone on from a company that does recycled tantalums, and they can talk about, are they tantalums, are they not tantalums. So again, we'll have hopefully silver inside here where these make the contacts. A little bit of silver. I thought there was a little bit of gold here on these, but there isn't when I looked at it more closely. I thought they were gold tipped, but they're not. So we'll turn around and see, is it worth anything on the other side? And no value to me on the other side at all. Again, in here, I don't know what's inside of them, to be honest. I don't know if anyone recycled any of them. If they have, leave it in the comment if anyone's seen videos on them and we can check it out. Is there anything of value inside there for e-waste recovery? Bit of cable, guys, that's it. And then what's left is just a speaker, a little bit of cable, and that's a bit of metal, and that's it. So very, very, very poor for e-waste recovery on that device. So again, a lot of people will have these little gaming controls, so they're PlayStations and Xboxes and older ones. So we'll just have a look now and see what we have inside here on the board. So a lot of plastic, motor. So again, if you're into your copper bearing motors and stuff like that, that can be put in with that. It's just a little offset motor that gives a little vibration when it spins. So if you're playing games and the cars crash, it just gives a little vibration through the controller. So it gives that effect that you're actually in the car, steering wheel effect or something like that. So again, just pull that off. Another little motor. Again, it's an offset motor, so counterweighted, so it gives that little vibration. Pull off them little knobs. Again, we have little controllers here, so I'm expecting there should be silver contacts inside of there to help put the pressing down on it. So again, we can look at them in a later video when I move on to silver stuff and contacts and stuff like that. Again, just plastic on the back side. We'll just zoom out a bit. Okay. Just pull off that bit of wire. Can remove that. Sure, there's a clip in there somewhere to release it. Can't find it at the moment. I'll just remove the rest of this if I can. So we've two little screws here. Again, two little screws there. Just want to pull this little pad off and see if there's anything under it. Don't think there is, but there might be a little bit of gold or something. Maybe it might be covering it, but I don't see anything. So again, they're not gold. Sometimes they can be gold flashed underneath, but on this one they're not. So we're going to try and break this off. So just take that control off. They're in them plugs, and there's a little bit of gold flashing in underneath there, I think. If we can get under it and get a look at it. If we can just break the plastic off, we might be able to see if it is, yeah. So you can see under here, guys, we've got little gold flash pins. So I don't know if it's showing up on the light or not, but we have they're gold flashed. So we have a little bit of gold flash pins on there. So we'd have the same here on this one. Inside of there will be a little bit of silver, and there'll be silver inside of here, usually on these contacts where the push buttons were. So we'll have silver contacts inside of there. Underneath these controls there'll be silver. So again, can we break them off to get in under them? So that I might be able to get a little look at it if I can. And break them off. So there's a little bit of silver contact there. So again, it'll be optional to get them, remove that. And the control part, the other part would have had a little bit of silver, but I sent it flying across the room. So nothing major, guys. Again, you have your little gold contacts mainly on it. The board itself, pretty worthless. We have a crystal oscillator, small little crystal oscillator inside there, and a little IC chip here. So again, that can be added to your IC chips. Other than that, the silver is the only other thing that's worth on that, and the gold pins. So nothing major, guys, on either of them two devices. So as you can see, sometimes e-waste can be a lot of effort for little reward. It's all about quantity over quality on this stage. You'd want a lot of them to make it worth your while. Tearing them off and going through it for one or two. If you're getting one or two of them every so often, you'd have a long time collecting. So that's the thing about e-waste. You have to have a lot of it to make it worth your while. So if you're going to be doing this as a full-time job or trying to make a full-time living, if you're doing it as a little side hustle, it's perfect. You can make a few pound here and there, get a little bit of gold for yourself, get a bit of copper out of the stuff, a bit of silver, and it's a little bit of a bonus. So guys, that's kind of it for this video. There's not really much to this one. Again, if you're still looking for some of the stickers, make sure you send your email to me with your name, your address, and I'll get some stickers in the post to you as quick as I can. And guys, until the next video, thanks for supporting my channel. Really appreciate it. And keep on looking for the gold, guys. See you on the next one.